The 2-2. Inside, called strike three. Ryan Leffner out of the bullpen and out of the jam. A bases loaded strikeout looking of Drew Millis. And the Kettleers keep it within reach. 1-0 as we head to the 7th across the canal. First pitch from Carroll, laser into the gap, left center field. Burdick speeding around from third, he will score. Robertson, RBI single. Kettleers trying to take the money and run here in the 10th. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Nice cutter just off the plate to Kreidler. Swing and a miss, he blew by a fastball on him. The 1-2, curveball in there for called strike three. Slow windup, the 0-2. Got him, fastball once more, Jason Reynolds. And his second inning as a Cotuit Kettleer strikes out the Orleans side. And we head to the 8th. Cotuit with a vice grip on this one. The 1-1. Looping breaking ball, hammered that way. Long ball for Burdick. Carrying in the gap, bouncing at the bottom of the wall. Ellis will score easily, and the Kettleers take the lead here in the 2nd. Peyton Burdick, RBI double. The 2-1, jacked high in the air, deep to right center field. Get out ball, that's out of here. Thomas Dillard, 2-run shot, and the good guys tie it up here in the 6th. 2-2. Back at it for the bottom of the 7th here in Brewster. Joey Walsh on the mound trying to protect a 6-5 Cotuit lead. Facing off against Gage Workman here as the left-hander kicks and deals. First pitch grounded straight back to Joey on the mound. He'll take it and flip to first. One pitch and one out here in the bottom of 7.
All right, quick out for Joey Walsh, and of course you have to protect the lead, and then offensively the Kettleers probably need to pick up another run or two with the way this ballpark is playing today, the way Brewster's swinging the bat for power with 4 home runs. 6 runs for Cotuit very well might not be enough to win the ballgame.
Ike Freeman.
Ike Freeman, the second baseman from North Carolina, stands in, the number 8 batter in the lineup. Leadoff man retired here in the bottom of 7, and the Kettleers up by a run. Walsh missing outside with the first pitch. A wild 6th inning for Cotuit. That's the strength of their lead to this point. 4 runs on 4 hits. Adam Oviedo with the 2-out, 2 RBI single. The 1-0 to Freeman. Breaking ball just up and away. 2 balls and no strikes for Walsh. He's making his first appearance in a few days on the mound. The Boston College Golden Eagle from Plymouth, Massachusetts, local kid, has been a fine addition here in the Cotuit pen. 3-0 the count on the batter Freeman, who takes down and away. Brewster answering back in the bottom of that 6th inning with Hunter Bishop's solo home run. The 5th home run between the two teams today. 3-0, fastball right down the middle. 3 balls and a strike to Freeman, who was leaning towards first base, but he'll have to stand in for another pitch. Overcast skies here in Brewster. Starting to cool down a little bit with a slight breeze. The 3-1. Fastball right over the heart of the plate once more. Freeman taking to load up the count. Joey Walsh, the tough left-hander from Boston College on the mound. In his first full inning, he relieved Luke Chevalier with 2 outs in the 6th. Gave up the home run to Bishop. Working fine here. Swing and a miss on the 3-2. Joey Walsh, strikeout number 1, out number 2 here in the home half of the 7th as he fools Freeman badly with a nice slider.
Good job, Joey. Had the mental advantage. Freeman was a little shaken up from a call he thought was a ball on 3-0. Turned out to be a strike. Seemed rattled, and Joey took advantage.
Number 9 man Justin Ammons, the left fielder from Tennessee, will stand in. Left-handed batter to face the southpaw and Walsh. 2 outs and nobody aboard here in the bottom of 7. 6-5 Kettleers. First pitch from Joey, hard ground ball into left field, a base hit. So Ammons with his first single of the day. Now 1 for 3, and he'll turn it over to the top of the order. Leadoff man Ray Alejo will get another shot. The 8th hit of the ball game for Brewster.
For the Whitecaps,
of course, 4 of their hits have been home runs. 3 solo shots from Bishop, Workman, and Freeman, and then the 2-run shot from Connor Grammis back in the 1st inning. 2-out base runner is Ammons, who takes his lead, held on by Tolia at first. Ray Alejo batting from the right side. 0 for 2 today with a walk his last time up. Pick over to first from Walsh, who ended the 6th inning with a pickoff, getting Brandon Martirano, who was leaning off the bag, and that was a huge out. The left-hander with a good move over there, as Ammons, pretty speedy, will take his lead. Leg lift and another throw over. But Ammons back in safely on a slide. Kettleers up by a run here in the bottom of the 7th on the road, trying to make it 4 wins in a row. Their longest win streak of the season already. Walsh from the stretch, back over to first. Another great pick. Got him indeed. Joey Walsh. Yes, sir. Another pickoff over to first base to end the Brewster threat here in the 7th. And the Kettleers will move on to the 8th. Still on top. 6-5 our score. Sam Reef taking it home with the play-by-play when we return for the 8th. This is Katuitt Kettleers baseball here on the Cape Cod Baseball Network. Back at it here in our News Radio 960 WERC studios, broadcasting high atop Red Mountain overlooking the Magic City tonight. It's the Birmingham Bulls and Huntsville Havoc at the second intermission, 6-2 in favor of Huntsville. I'm Sam Neidermann. Good to have you along with us tonight. Pat Bosley on the board, doing a great job as always, and Eli Gold providing the play-by-play at the Von Braun Center this evening. NCAA Tournament Elite 8 action today. The first ticket to the Final Four in San Antonio has been punched, and it belongs to the Cinderella story of the tournament. The 11th seeded Loyola Chicago Ramblers take down Kansas State 78-62. Loyola heading to the Final Four for the first time since 1963. The Ramblers become just the 4th 11th seed to reach the Final Four, joining LSU from 1986, George Mason's 2006 squad, and VCU from 2011. Loyola, what can you say? They've had the magic touch from the field all tournament long. They shot a scorching 57% in the win today. Ben Richardson had a game-high 23 points on 7 of 10 shooting. Dante Ingram chipped in 12 points and 8 rebounds. The Ramblers and Sister Jean rambling on to San Antonio. West Regional Final between the 3-seed Michigan opposite 9-seed Florida State in the Staples Center in Los Angeles. At the half, Michigan a 27-26 one-point edge. John Beilein, jacket off, sleeves rolled up in his halftime interview, and everything's going to get serious in the second half as Michigan leading in a hard-fought game at the break. Charles Matthews, a 10-point performance in the first half on 3 of 6 shooting. Muhammad Ali Abdur-Rahman, 6 points as well with 3 rebounds for the Wolverines. Michigan trying to return to the Final Four for the second time under head coach John Beilein. Wolverines last made it in 2013. Of course, that was the year when they lost in the national championship to Louisville. Florida State hanging in there, only down by 1 at the half in their first Elite 8 since 1993. The Noles looking to reach the Final Four for the first time since 1972. We'll keep you updated on that one if we get a chance here. They come out of the half. Michigan a 27-26 lead over Florida State. Previewing tomorrow's Elite 8 games, number 1 seed Villanova opposite 3rd seed Texas Tech in the East Regional Final at TD Garden in Boston. Tip-off scheduled for 1:20 tomorrow afternoon on CBS. Villanova in position to make their second Final Four in 3 years. Texas Tech swimming in uncharted waters as the Red Raiders are playing in their first Elite 8 in program history. The Red Raiders topped Purdue last night in the Sweet 16. Keenan Evans led 4 Tech players in double figures with 16 points. Villanova outslugged West Virginia in the Sweet 16. The Wildcats' balanced attack was led by Jalen Brunson with 27 and Amari Spellman, who had 18. And Boston, it's been a good regional site for Nova. The Wildcats won the East Regional Final at TD Garden in 2009, advancing Nova to their first Final Four of Jay Wright's era. Of course, that game saw Scotty Reynolds go coast to coast with seconds remaining to knock off the number 1 seed Pittsburgh. That was a great game back in the good old days when we had the old Big East. It'll be a battle of blue bloods in the Midwest region as number 1 seed Kansas clashes with 2nd seeded Duke
at the CenturyLink Center in Omaha. Tip-off scheduled for 4:05 after Game 1 on CBS as well. Duke, 4th all-time with 16 Final Four appearances. Kansas, 5th all-time with 14 Final Fours. Kansas is in their 3rd consecutive Elite Eight. However, Bill Self's side has lost in their last 2 trips. The Jayhawks will look to break through to San Antonio through 7-foot sophomore Udoka Azubuike. The big man racked up 14 points and 11 boards in the Sweet 16. Azubuike will duel with Duke's forward Marvin Bagley. The freshman Bagley has tallied 22 points in each of Duke's first 3 tournament games. The 3-ball, that might be the key in this matchup. Kansas has hit 10 or more 3-pointers for the 19th time this season in their Sweet 16 win over Clemson last night. The Jayhawks are 17-2 when they make 10 or more from downtown. They'll need the long ball to counter Duke's new zone defense. Coach Mike Krzyzewski, he made the late season switch to a zone, and that has prodded the Blue Devils to 10 wins in their last 12. Coach K, a chance to clinch his 13th appearance in the Final Four as Duke's coach. That mark would pass the legendary John Wooden for the most all-time. That's your update on the NCAA tournament. When we come back, Alabama football looking to schedule a home-and-home series with some big-time programs. Details on that story and a full sports update coming up next. Our coverage of Birmingham Bulls hockey continues on News Radio 960 WERC.
This is Birmingham Bulls hockey on News Radio 960 WERC.